MP versus PG. Primetime
Hey,
matchup,
MP,
baby.
I got some film. Okay, we have a small margin for victory. If you don't fight through those screens this time around, PG will absolutely light you up.
I know. He's too quick to give him all that room. I learned my lesson.
Right, but he remembers last time too. So he'll be expecting you to play him tighter, which will open up the driving lanes.
So he's going to be more aggressive off the dribble.
Probably. Just know that he can throw up.
Hey, MP.
If it isn't Mr. Rookie of the Month. We hope this St. Patty's Day is bringing everyone out there good luck so far. We're dialing up some NBA action for you here on 2K Sports. Hi, everybody. This is Brian Anderson. And with me tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now Atlanta's starting five. DeAndre Hunter is out there with Johnson. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Trae Young. And it's MP in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Westbrook and George manning the backcourt. Robert Covington is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And what a great guard matchup we have tonight. Smitty, I know you're a big fan of games like this.
I am. Guard play is so incredible right now in the NBA. Both of these teams are loaded in the backcourt. I expect them to trade punches back and forth.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Well, guys, MP's got the matchup with Paul George tonight. And MP was on the winning side in their last encounter. He's looking to keep that same energy.
And no small challenge dealing with Paul George. His size and versatility on the wing are unquestionably elite. And he's a great scorer who impacts the game well beyond putting points on the board.
And their first look at each other this year. This is a matchup we all really love to watch. So let's see how MP handles it.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Down low. And a slam dunk by Capella.
Look at that athletic play by Clint Capella, leaping up with enough airtime to grab it and slam it.
Ah, the golden years for the LA Clippers, Smitty. Those Lob City teams.
Woo, I miss those days, B.A. Chris Paul tossing up alley-oops to DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin. Those three pretty much won 50-plus games every season. And, man, were they fun to watch.
Here's Leonard. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court. Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
MP looking around. Capella screen on George. Throws it up high. And a slam dunk by Capella.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass. Set up the alley-oop flush. Pass to Leonard. Covington, a screen on Hunter. Outside Covington. The free ball. A rebound by the Hawks. Defeated by Utah in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
I was surprised they put up so little fight. That was not the team I expected to see that night.
He's off on the second.
Yeah, what you like about MP is how hard he worked to put himself in a position for success.
Leonard, good.
Man, he has come out focused and efficient. Love what he's doing at the offensive end.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Hood. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside. It's Covington on the wing. George against MP. George passes to Zubac. Shoots over Capella. The rebound by MP. The Hawks leading. Capella, screen on Leonard. And he lobs it up to the rim. And a slam dunk by Capella.
What vision from MP.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Westbrook outside. Leonard for three. Capella with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to MP. Capella, screen on George. Hood passes to Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
This is why you work Capella into screen and rolls, because he's so good at converting.
Here's Leonard. .23 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots. That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Inside, here's Hood. There's the screen by Johnson. Oh, there's the alley! And an emphatic jam on the lob.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Already ahead by double digits, trying to run away and not look back.
George for three, and again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. On the wing, MP. Back to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Plumlee's checked in for Zubac. Hardaway comes in for Covington. Powell, he's checked in for George, and it's Mann in for Russell Westbrook. Bay, he's checked in for the Hawks. Murray comes in for Young. To the middle. Here's Hardaway. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Oh, and the dunk by MP.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Leonard. His scoring ability is impressive, averaging 20 a game.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
MP against Powell. MP outside. Shot clock at 6. The three. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Oh, it's stolen by Hood. The three. Another three for Atlanta.
Come on, guys. Check out the tenacity. There's no back down in this fellow whatsoever.
Pass to Plumlee. Hardaway against Hunter. Out to Powell to stop the run. Hits the three-pointer.
On the money, three-point answer by Norman Powell. Not letting the other team own the arc.
Here's MP. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. And they double up MP. And he lobs it up. Oh, a flawless finish on the lob.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hawks ahead, leading by 17. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point, doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. They and Okongwu, the duo inside. MP is out there with Trae Young, and it's Murray in at the 3 slot.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He had 25 points and moved the ball well, feeding the hot hands. Once he found his rhythm, it was pretty much over. He found a way to do whatever he wanted. Guys, back to you.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Well, Grant is the managing director of the U.S. men's national team. You've gotten to see the wealth of international talent firsthand.
It's so true, B.A. I mean, I've got so much respect for the international game. You know, over 25% of the players in the NBA right now are international players, and they produce superstar talents like Doncic, Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. The U.S. has more competition now than ever.
Now here's Bay. 9 points in his last outing. Picked up by Okongwu. MP, the pass to Okongwu. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Just slicing the D to pieces in the pick and roll. MP, textbook play.
Plumlee, a screen on MP. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league...
Capella screen on George. MP with it. He's picked up by Zubats. And the slam dunk by Capella.
This is the power Capella plays with. He doesn't mess around this close to the rim.
George's shot is off. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Talking about the veteran Paul George, a star player, Smitty, wanting to compete for titles.
B.A., he knows he's not getting any younger. I think it's good he poses this win now mentality. He's clearly hungry to win a title.
From deep, MP. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. MP's got 7 now in this quarter.
I just love the ball movement.
Zubats with a screen on MP. Pass to Westbrook. Launches it. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. Good. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
So for the Clippers, Covington's checked in for Powell. And Leonard subbed in for Powell. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They're off to battle the Trailblazers after this one, as they'll be playing at Moda Center. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
MP left side. Pass to Murray. 3-pointer. Covington grabs the board. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. Here's Leonard. On target from about 13 feet. Leonard's got 6.
Kawhi Leonard is a finals MVP, in large part due to that mid-range shot. He is automatic from that area.
Now here's MP. He's coming off a 25-point game against Utah.
And his court vision was sensational as well. He was making all the right decisions.
Westbrook with the miss. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. George against MP. Johnson a screen on George. And MP throws it down.
MP is the kind of player that will do whatever his team asks of him. And he's doing it tonight by scoring.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
Johnson a screen on George. Hood on the attack. Oh,
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
Well, maybe they went into that game thinking rebounding not something they needed to focus on. They absolutely did.
At the guard spots, we'll see Westbrook and George. Robert Covington out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Powell, he's checked in for Paul George. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Young's checked in. Westbrook passes to Covington. He kicks it to Powell. To the middle. Here's Zubats. Atlanta with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
A nice shot by MP.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And stolen by MP. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. That one drops for him. MP's got 27 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside Westbrook. Now the pass to Powell. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, you can't let Powell find shots at the arc like that, especially when he's got that kind of rhythm.
Hood, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Hawks. They kept going to him again and again. And he delivered with a monster quarter. And we'll be right back after this.
Bad execution. You can give the defense a little credit, but I'm not gonna. Their offense has just been lazy.
And now as the regulars. And that is it for half.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got DeAndre Hunter. Trae Young is out there with Hood. Then it's Johnson, and it's Capella in at the 5. When it comes to the essential components of a winning team, GA, how much importance do you place on veteran leadership?
Kevin, I think it's important. You want a few guys in the locker room who've seen it all. Players who can keep the ship steady if the team kind of goes awry or has a tough stretch.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, MP in the last time out against Utah was all business. He scored 25 points and he did what he does best. He shared the ball and looked to get his guys going throughout the game. Found a way to impact the game in a number of ways. A terrific all-around effort. Kevin?
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. Now, I'd draw that one up again. Throw it up, Capella jump, you slam it through. That's an easy 2.
Westbrook with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Outside Hood. Young outside. Capella with a screen on George. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Zubac.
Here's Westbrook. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Well, Doris, looking at the pace of the game now, that has to be a big factor in load management.
BA, there's no doubt that the game is more spread out and it's played at a faster pace. So much, though, goes into that load management discussion that is so volatile at times. Here are the facts, though. People are more aware because of the data we have from medical science that the season is challenging. And so teams are going to manage their greatest resource, which is the players, carefully. Load management is not going anywhere.
On the perimeter, it's the talented duo of George and Kawhi. Ivica Zubac's out there with Robert Covington. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Jazz was all business. He had 25 points and did what he always does. He got others involved. And he was clearly the best player on the floor, doing everything he could. Can he get it done again? We'll see, BA.
Good stuff, Allie.
On the court right now for the Hawks. MP out there with Trey Young. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Johnson in at the four-man position.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And a big concern for players and coaches is the consistency of officiating. Greg, do you like that argument?
It's tough when one night something is a foul and the next night it isn't. There's some gray area, obviously, and it'd be good for the league to try and clarify how they want things called.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against Utah was all business. He scored 25 points, and as expected, he distributed the rock and got his teammates involved. He showed up once again in what's becoming the norm for him of late. We'll see what he has in store tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
What I like is they just kept calling his number. Sometimes we see coaches go away from what's working, and we wonder why.
Here's Leonard after Clint Capella's bucket.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You see the vertical. Clint Capella way above the rim with one or two hands.
And Smitty, we know when it comes to the Clippers, they seem to go as Kawhi Leonard goes.
No doubt, Kevin. The only year they didn't make the playoffs with him, he was hurt. But when he's healthy, they are dangerous.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Here's Westbrook. Jalen Johnson picking up that last basket. George looking around. Takes it out to Covington. 5 on the clock. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
You love how Covington stretches the defense. He is too accurate from range.
MP against George. Good. Gets the bucket. MP's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Outside Westbrook. 1:19 left to play here in the third. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Westbrook's got his second bucket.
He thrives in that painted area. Westbrook has a lot of moves and different ways he can hurt you inside.
Capella, the pass to MP. And they double up MP. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Here's Hunter. Rebound by the Clippers. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
Coming off the screen, Kawhi attracts so much defensive attention. Hard to throw a blanket over the roller at the same time.
Now, here is Young. Hasn't made one yet. MP with it. Now Covington defending. Basket counts.
What vision from MP.
29 seconds left in the third. Westbrook with it. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Leonard, no luck.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
You've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
A nice shot by Young.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expect. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him...
Westbrook's checked in for Terrence Mann. And a switch here also for Atlanta. MP's checked in. Here's Powell. Outside, George. Outside, Westbrook. And one thing that came from this new CBA GA, mandatory participation in the NBA draft combine.
Yeah, more equal access for teams to study various prospects. Player agents can't keep teams in the dark like in the past. That makes for a more level playing field.
So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. At the guard spots, we'll see Westbrook and George. Plumlee out there with Powell. And it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward.
Just slicing the D to pieces in the pick and roll. MP textbook play.
The deep 3 from George. Off target from outside.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Okongwu with the screen for Hood. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Back to Hood. Bay with a screen on Powell. Clock at 4. And the dunk by MP.
Oh, that was a vicious finish from MP. That is how you take it home around the rim.
Murray against Westbrook. Outside for George. No good on the 3.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
And so Powell will bring it up for the Clippers. Pass to George. So, Steve, you were drafted by the Heat, a young expansion team at the time down in Miami. But if you had to choose, which city would you give an expansion team to right now?
I think Seattle and Las Vegas are at the top of everyone's list. San Diego would be nice because I love to travel there. I love when Vancouver had a team. How about bringing that team back, Kevin?
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
There's a reason Russell Westbrook ranks among the greatest ever in terms of assists. He excels at getting the ball to his open teammates.
Pass to Okongwu, Hood, and MP throws it down.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Plumlee. Robert Covington comes in for Dwight Powell. Leonard, he's checked in for Powell. Mann subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And that one's good, George.
A great spot on the floor for Paul George. He's had time to perfect that mid-range.
Okongwu with the screen for MP. Okongwu kicks to Hood. Going inside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hawks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Passes it to Mann. George with no one around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
PG-13 showing shades of his younger self with that quick shot.
Here's MP, and the dunk by MP.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. No problems knocking that one down.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
That's how you leave it all out on the floor. Nice job. Let's give Book something to think about, all right? You got this.
There's the man of the hour. Go get him in. And the Hawks with a confident look as they got to the arena earlier tonight. I'd say that's a squad ready for action. Hello from 2K Sports. We're honoring diversity and culture tonight with the NBA celebration of Noche Latina. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. Now Atlanta's starting five. We've got Clint Capella. DeAndre is out there with Johnson. Then it's Trae Young, and it's Hood in at the 2 spot. And for Phoenix, at the 2 and the 3, it's Booker and Okogie. Durant and Ayton are up front, and it's Goodwin in at the point guard position. And when you look at the teams currently in the playoff picture, Richard, this is where you want to start playing your very best.
It's so crucial to start peaking at the right time, and that's usually around the tail end of the regular season heading into the postseason.
One of the factors tonight, of course, the matchup between Devin Booker and MP. And MP is surely looking at redemption to make up for the loss they suffered in their first meeting this year.
Look, if you think you're going to contain Devin Booker, you better bring a bunch of energy on defense. If you don't, look, we've seen him go off for 70+ in a game, and it's not just his scoring. Booker has grown into an excellent playmaker. This man plays a combo of 1 and 2.
You know, I'm very curious to see how MP comes out and sets the tone in this one. You know he wants to make a statement in this game.
Here's Okogie after the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. MP with it. A great score, averaging almost 26 a game. Down low. Stolen.
The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against Los Angeles. All eyes tonight will be on the matchup between Devin Booker and MP. And after losing the game in their first meeting, MP will be looking for redemption.
Well, what is the book on Booker? There's so many challenges that he presents. When this guy gets on a roll offensively, you're not going to do anything with him. It doesn't matter if you're the best defender in the league or not.
And I know MP wants to win this one. Lost last time out against this team. Individual performances don't really matter. It's always about getting the win.
On the court for Atlanta, Trae Young is out there with Hood. Then there's Hunter. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Johnson in at the 4 spot. So, Greg, when you think about the Phoenix Suns, what do you think fuels them the most?
Kevin, I mean, the fact that they had a 2-0 lead in the 21 NBA Finals and lost. This team is really battling to get back to that stage. And if they do, they want to take care of business this time.
Here's KD after Clint Capella's bucket. Here's KD. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
Yeah, if you're going to make contact with KD, it's got to be a little bit more physical than that.
Young finds Hood. Lobbed up there for Johnson. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Booker outside. Ayton a screen on MP. And Ayton throws it down.
Ayton rolls to the hoop for 2 at 7-1. Very fluid.
Put up top. Defended by Booker. Johnson's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Booker dishes to Durant. Back to Booker. Takes it from 10, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
And such beautiful mechanics, awesome touch. Devin Booker so well equipped to just score buckets.
Hood deciding where to go with it. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Suns trail by 4. Outside Durant. Passes it to Ayton. Johnson against Durant. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
So the end of the season, Greg, is in sight now. Are players glad to see the finish line approaching?
I think it all depends on where you're at in the standings, Kevin. I mean, playoff-bound teams are eager to wrap things up, but those on the bubble probably wish they had more padding in their schedule.
Full Bull. He's checked in for the Suns. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Murray's checked in. Here's Ayton. They need this. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Capella. MP outside. Capella sets a screen for MP. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Suns trail by 9. The drive by Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And how about Booker just zipping around the defense and still able to make that J?
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Ayton. Booker with it. Now guarded by Murray. The tray. And it's good when missing.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And the dunk by Capella.
And Capella just smashing through the contact on the inside that time.
For Phoenix, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Eubanks, he's checked in for Ayton. Lee comes in for Josh Okogie. And Gordon subbed in for Goodwin. And a change for the Hawks. Bays checked in for Johnson.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Booker against MP. Phoenix no good that time either.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Booker following the basket by MP. Eubanks the pass to Gordon. In the corner, Bull with it. Booker outside. 4 on the shot clock. The Suns need to get a shot off. Lee outside. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And this speaks to how poised MP is, not allowing the physical contact to alter the shot.
Lee outside. To halt the run. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant.
Fantastic look from Durant. Such an underrated playmaker.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Hawks ahead. They lead by 13. Suns making a change here. Wainwright's checked in, and then for Atlanta. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for Sadiq Bey. And Hood subbed in for Bogdanovich. Bull out there with Drew Eubanks. Then there's Gordon, and it's Durant, and it's Wainwright in at the shooting guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Durant kicks to Gordon. Over Young, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Lakers was phenomenal. He picked up 39 points, and he was dominant at the offensive end with a high field goal percentage as well. That line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
The Hawks shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
throw good, MP. GA, we've seen it over the last couple years. The center position has come back into vogue.
And Kevin, we were seeing teams go small, lots of fours, even traditional threes play the five. But with MVP level seasons from guys like Jokic and Embiid, the center isn't quite extinct yet.
And here's Gordon from outside. A rebound by Young.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Hood. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by KD. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Ayton. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one. And so it's Atlanta holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Thanks for joining us for this fun-filled burst of basketball bliss. We kick off tonight's show with the power rankings across the league. And a bit of a gear switch here. Shaq, you are currently trending online right now. Fans are demanding you try. And as for our matchup, what a tremendous first half it was for the Atlanta Hawks.
Very comfortable at.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Clint Capella is out there with Johnson. Then it's MP. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Hunter in at the 3. And you talk about explosive scoring. Wow, Devin Booker, Brent, one of the most explosive players of all time.
So awesome to watch him when he gets rolling, Kevin, and that can happen in like 3 seconds. He's got such a great flow and control of what he can do offensively.
Booker inside. MP's there. Booker no good. MP against Booker. Capella with a screen on Booker. Hood for 3. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
I'm enjoying MP and the work he's doing in the pick and roll. He knows how to convert.
Booker outside. Pass to Okogie. Ayton a screen on Hunter. Shot clock at 5. Ayton dishes to Durant. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Durant's got 7 points.
Well, there's a nice answer from an operator in Kevin Durant. You hit a 3, you know he's coming back at you.
Down low. MP against Booker. Johnson with a screen on Booker. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Running pick and roll to perfection. MP putting that pass right on the money.
Suns have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. The pass to Goodwin. And here is Ayton. Pass to Booker. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And that's a deep make from Booker. From the jump, he's been a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league. So impressive.
And the shot goes down. MP's got 5 points now this quarter.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Durant, the pass to Ayton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Brent, we know one guy who would have been valuable in any era, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, with that size, he got that old school drawback to the post, physical center type of physique, but he works mostly on the block and doesn't create a lot down there. Each year he's trying to add a little bit more to his repertoire.
Bull. He's checked in for Phoenix. MP finds Capella.
That's a nice pick and roll there. Capella slicing with purpose after he sets the screen and ready for the ball.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. We all know Achilles injuries used to be career-ending. Kevin Durant says Dominique Wilkins was one of the first guys who came back the same. It was a motivation and gave me confidence that I could do the same. And now Wilkins says KD has really taken hold of this and become the spokesperson for this injury. So we're passing the torch. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, passing the torch, David. Thank you so much.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Goodwin passes to Ayton. Kicks it to Booker. Takes a three. Another three for Phoenix.
That's Booker's specialty. So good at rising up and connecting off the catch.
Capella sets a screen for MP. Capella dishes to Hood. Capella with a screen on KD. Lob pass to Capella. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And what timing. Capella getting up there and capping that one off.
Passes it to Goodwin. KD sets the pick for Goodwin. Pass to Booker. Fires for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got 9 points here in the second half.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Eubanks, he's checked in for the Suns. Gordon comes in for Kevin Durant. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Bay comes in for Johnson. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Trae Young. And Bay throws it down.
And a lot of power behind Sadiq Bey.
Booker against MP. Booker looking around. And it's good for 2. Booker's got 20 points.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though. That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Knocked away. MP with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. And the dunk by MP.
And it is hard to hold MP down. He just keeps coming at you. What a night.
Goodwin kicks to Booker. Elbow shot. Here's Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Gotta learn your lesson.
Booker against Hood. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Okongwu slams it in.
Nice feed from MP. Head on a swivel.
And it's Goodwin with the ball for the Suns. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Off target from 3-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Okongwu with the screen for MP. And Okongwu slams it in.
Now you have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
For 3, Booker. No good, shot missing. MP has been leading the charge for Atlanta. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a...
Atlanta making a switch here. MV's checked in. Phoenix calls timeout. We've got Lee. Bull out there with Drew Eubanks. And it's Durant. And it's Gordon in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And there's the pass to Durant. Fires, high post. That one rolling around and rims out. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Okongwu with a screen on Lee. MP passes to Okongwu. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And a wide-open look for Lee. The basket good off the assist from Durant. KD's got 4 assists now tonight.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Bay with the screen for Hood. Hey, Brett, coming out of this last CBA, were you surprised how quickly the push for a hard salary cap was abandoned?
Yeah, I wonder, Kevin, if some of it was just the timing of the CBA and not having to go down into the trenches to talk about that level of what's happening financially around the NBA. Also, the small market teams were super opposed to having that be put in place because at times they want a chance to go all in as well.
Goodwin's checked in for Lee. Here's KD. A second chance effort. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Pass to Bay from outside the arc. And it's Okongwu slamming it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Atlanta's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Okongwu with a screen on Gordon. Hood against Gordon. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Okongwu. And the shot is good. Okongwu's now got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pass to Eubanks. Now Gordon. Brent, you're in a team's front office, and the voices of sports medicine experts seem to be carrying more weight than ever before.
Yeah, it's been so interesting to see the way that the league is navigating this because it's hard to say where the proof is that load management is actually working. I mean, during the time that I was playing, I remember Karl Malone and John Stockton getting 82 games in at 38 minutes a night and never missing a contest. So we'll see if time does tell that guys will get back on the floor and play a little bit more often.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Phoenix. Okogie comes in for Bull. And it's Booker in for Gordon. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Griffin's check in for Bogdanovich. And stolen by Booker. Shoots over Griffin. And the Suns get it back. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 22 points.
And Booker just keeps taking him. He's a scoring machine.
Murray kicks to Bay. Back to Murray. Pass to Hood. Bay with the screen for Hood. Pass to Bay. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Again, the miss by Booker. The Hawks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And KD's got the ball here for Phoenix. The pass to Eubanks. And stolen by Murray. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Outside for Griffin. Here's the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
For 3, Booker gets the three-pointer to fall. Booker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hawks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
And the Suns making a change here. Ayton's checked in. Pass to Okogie. Here's Booker. To the inside. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Devin Booker, a shooting guard that does have some point guard skills.
Inside. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
No good from Booker. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And there's the bucket from MP.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Okongwu grabs the board. And Hood with the basket on the assist by Murray. MP's got 34 points. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.